Erin says, 成功させなければならない。俺はならなきゃいけないんだ。みんなの希望に。こんにちは、ジャパニーズアモのミサです。Hey guys, today I'm going to teach you how to say I have to, I must, I got to, I need to in Japanese. And I'll be talking about when to use naito, nakya, nakucha, nakereba, ikenai, nakereba, naranai, and also when to use hazu and tahogai. Don't worry if you didn't understand any of those things. I'm going to explain everything to you. Also, I will use Japanese songs as examples, so yeah, stay tuned. 最後まで見てね。First, do you know how to say I gotta go? I must go. 行かなきゃ。行かなきゃ。例えば、もう行かなきゃ。もう行かなきゃ。I gotta go now. もう literally means already. So it's kind of like I got to go already. But saying that it's already this late, I got to go. もう行かなきゃ. And this is the informal way to say I have to. So to say to go, in the dictionary form, we say 行く, right? 行く. We changed 行く into 行かなきゃ, right? So what we did is change the last u sound. So 行く, ku became 行か, ka. So u into a, ku into a. Okay? 行く, 行か. So if you know how to negate verbs, then this is going to be easy. You just change nai into nakya. So 行かない, I'm not going. I will not go. 行かなきゃ, I have to go. I gotta go. To quickly review how to negate verbs, you can skip this part if you already know it. For verbs that end with iru or eru, other names are 一段動詞, 一段 verbs or る verbs, but yeah, iru, eru ending verbs, you get rid of the last る and then put nai. So 見る to look, to watch. 見ない not look. I won't look. So I have to look. I have to watch. You say 見なきゃ. 見る 見ない 見なきゃ. And for other verbs, verbs or go down verbs, you change the last u sound into the a sound and put nai. So 行く、行かない not go, 行かなきゃ have to go. 話す to speak, 話さない not talk, not speak. 話さない have to speak, 話さなきゃ. And some endings that you should be careful with. つ so verbs that end with つ so 待つ becomes またない待たない not wait 待たなきゃ have to wait. And also verbs that end with ひらがな う so not like つむ it's pure う for example 言う to say 歌う to sing. So 言う becomes 言わない so う becomes わ言わ言わない not say 言わなきゃ I have to say I have to tell somebody 言わなきゃ and of course irregulars する becomes しない not do so got to do しなきゃ する、しない、しなきゃ。来る to come. 来ない。来る、来ない。I don't know why I did this. 来ない。It's because it's O, right? U becomes O. 来る、来ない、来なきゃ。Have to go, gotta go. 行かなきゃ、行かなきゃ。Have to say. 言わなきゃ。Have to meet. 会う is how we say to meet. 会う very similar to you to say, so it should conjugate similarly. Can you try? 会わなきゃ so 会う and then not meet we say 会わない and 会わなきゃ have to meet. Now I'd like to recommend you a Japanese song 軸かくれんぼ. The artist is Bump of Chicken. Japanese people usually call this band Bump. Bump. 軸 means space-time. かくれんぼ means hide and seek. So a space-time hide and seek or hide and seek beyond time and space. And this song is about the past, the present, and the future. So you will hear the words like 過去 past. So one line is もう一回過去 Are you ready? Past. まだだよ今 Not yet. Now. Now I want you to focus on two parts of this song. We're going to look at the lines right at the end. 君に会わなきゃ今すぐ会いに行かなきゃ急いで行かなきゃもう一度ちゃんと言わなきゃ君に会わなきゃ君 is you, right? Don't use 君when talking to people in real life there. It's nice because it's in songs. Anyway, 君に会う is to meet you. Some people might disagree, but I think here he's still talking about 僕 myself. So like 君 you is like myself in the past or myself in the future. 君に会わなきゃ See? 会う会わなきゃ have to meet you. 今すぐright now. So 今 now. 今すぐ like ASAP. 今すぐ会いに行かなきゃ。会いに行かない not go meet. 会いに行かなきゃ。I have to go see you. I have to go meet you. So 急いで行かなきゃ。I have to hurry and go. もう一度。One more time. ちゃんと is properly or the way that feels right to the speaker. ちゃんと言わなきゃ have to say 言わなきゃ right? So 君に会わなきゃ I have to meet you. I have to see you. 今すぐ会いに行かなきゃ I have to go see you right now. 急いで行かなきゃ I have to hurry and go. もう一度ちゃんと言わなきゃ I have to say it one more time properly. I'm sorry I can't play the actual song. I'm worried about the copyright issues. So go ahead and go find the original song. But then I would like to talk about another line in this song. This one is in the middle. 君に会わなきゃよかった何も言わなきゃよかった So, this is really interesting. At the end, he's like, I have to meet you. I have to go see you. Right? But in the middle of the song, he says, 君に会わなきゃよかった So 会わなきゃ on its own means have to meet, right? But 会わなきゃよかった means I wish I hadn't met you. So it's a big difference. なきゃ plus よかった。よかった is the past tense of いい good, right? So いい good よかった was good. So なきゃよかった literally means it would have been good if I hadn't done something. So it's about your regret. So he says 会わなきゃよかった I wish I hadn't met you. And 何も言わなきゃよかった。何も plus negation is nothing. So I wish I hadn't said anything. I wish I had said nothing. So nakya is actually short for なければ。なければ。会わなきゃよかった is the informal way to say I wish I didn't. Formally you can say 会わなければよかったです。I mean, saying that formally sounds a little bit weird. Like you're saying that to a client or something. I wish I hadn't met you, Mr. Client. So you don't have to understand this whole part to learn how to say I have to. But if you want to really be fluent, you need to learn the conditional forms. When you say this, eba or reba, that means if. If I say, we say, ieba. So this ba is the if thing, ieba. And if I don't say, iwa nakereba, this cat thing appears. Where did this cat come from? You can't think about every letter. You just hate this language. So, ieba, iwa nakereba. And, saying iwa nakereba feels long even to native speakers. So, we made it shorter. Iwa nakya. Much better. Iwa nakereba. Iwa nakya. Anyway, ieba is short enough, so we don't shorten it. If you say ieba yokatta, that means I should have said it. I should have told her that I love her. 好きだって言えばよかった. And the opposite, I wish I hadn't told her that I love her because now she wants to kill me. Yandere? I don't know. 好きだって言わなきゃよかった。or 好きだって言わなければよかったです。Anyway, it's good to remember ばよかった。I wish I did something. And なければよかった。or なきゃよかった。I wish I didn't. I wish I hadn't done something. And this song is amazing because you will hear なければ. Actually, the part before he said, I wish I hadn't met you. So I'm just gonna read the line. もらわなければなくすこともない。もらう to receive. もらわない not receive. もらわなければ if I don't receive. If I don't get. もらわなければ if I don't get it. なくすこともない。I also wouldn't lose it. So it's really about being scared of the risk, like about the future. Or actually the first line is 安心すると不安になるね。安心する to feel at ease. 不安になる to feel anxious. So when I feel at ease, it actually makes me feel anxious. It sounds strange, but I think you have experienced it. Like everything is so perfect and you have nothing to worry right now. But that makes it even more worrying. Like, I'm worried that I'd lose this. 安心すると, the verb in the dictionary form plus と is also another way to form the if sentence. と can also mean if or when. And guess what? ないと is another way to say have to, got to. Instead of nakya, you can also say naito. Instead of 行かなきゃ, gotta go, you can say 行かないと. 行かないと. What's the difference between 行かないと and 行かなきゃ? 行かなきゃ is slightly more common on its own. So you can still definitely say 行かないと, just that. But 行かないと is more common with 行かないと ikemasen. So that's the formal way to say I have to go. This is not the most formal way, but we'll get there. Or you might also hear 行かないといけないんだ. So we add more after いけない. So んだ is like explaining your situation or the reason. So 行かないといけないんだ. 行かないといけないんだ. For example, I'm explaining why I'm anxious. 明日病院に行かないといけないんだ. I have to go to the hospital. And here you cannot say 行かないとんだ. Sounds ridiculous actually. 行かないとんだ. So you need 行けない when you want to add んだ. And you do the same with nakya. 行かなきゃいけないんだ. 行かなきゃいけないんだ. So ending the sentence with nakya, naito, meaning I gotta do something, is completely correct. But if you want to add something else like んだ or I think と思う, you want to add いけない to connect them. 行かなきゃいけないと思う. I think I have to go. I'm not sure, but I think I have to go. 行かなきゃいけないと思う. 言わなきゃいけないと思う. I think I have to say, I think I have to tell them, or I think we have to tell them. 言わなきゃいけないと思う. So we have なきゃ, ないと, and also なくちゃ, なくちゃ. なくちゃ is short for なくては. なくては. So ては is another way to say if, but this one is not used as often as like ば or と. You will see this ては with いけません to mean you cannot, like you're not allowed to do something. 写真を撮ってはいけません. You may not take a picture. Literally this means it wouldn't go well if you take a picture. Kind of like, sounds like a threat. It wouldn't go well for you if you take a picture. It means you may not. てはいけません. And ちゃダメ is how we say you can't do something. So the casual way to say you may not, you can't. 写真撮っちゃダメ. 写真撮っちゃダメだよ. So the same thing happens when you want to say I have to. なくては can mean have to. But this one is not used that much. We use なくちゃ instead. So remember ては becoming ちゃ. 写真を撮っては写真を撮っちゃ. So なくちゃ means I have to, I got to. People generally think that なくちゃ sounds feminine, but it really doesn't mean that men can't use it because I have heard it a lot. So It doesn't actually sound super feminine or anything. It's just like, if we have to explain what the difference is, yeah, it sounds slightly more feminine, but not so much. So you're allowed to say nakucha. People won't be like, ooh, you sound way too feminine. Don't worry. Okay, nakya, naito, nakucha, and now, I know it's too much, but almost there. Now I'm gonna teach you how to say I have to, I must, formally. Informally, you just say nakya. That's it, easy. But formally, you have to make it long. Nakereba ikemasen or nakereba narimasen. So the first part is the same, nakereba, if I don't, right? And then you add ikemasen or narimasen. Maybe you remember I mentioned nakya ikenai. For example, when you want to add nda after nakya, you have to say nakya ikenai nda. And ikenai means cannot go, literally. And formally, if you want to say I can't go, you say ikemasen, right? So it still makes sense. Nakya ikenai becomes nakereba ikemasen. So literally, it wouldn't go well for me if I don't do something. And the difference between ikemasen and narimasen is that when you say ikemasen, it sounds more subjective. So it's similar to I need to, right? So in English, you can say I have to go and also I need to go. When you say have to, you have obligations. You must do it. When you say I need to, it's like I need to pee. Sorry, that's the first example I came up with. I need to eat. That's your need. It's not your obligation. It's not like your boss expects you to do it, but you need to eat to survive. So kind of similar to the idea, nakereba ikemasen means that the speaker thinks that it's needed for the speaker's sake. So if I say, 帰らなければいけません, it's like I need to go home. I have to go home because I don't want to make my wife, my partner sad. And if I say なければなりません, that sounds more objective. So people would know that that's what other people expect me to do, or it's my obligation. It's not like I want to do it. It's not like I need to do it, I have to, I must do it. So for example, I have to pass this exam so I can be a doctor. Passing this exam is a must to achieve this other goal. Here I would say, 試験に合格しなければなりません。試験に合格しなければなりません。A bit more quickly. 試験に合格しなければなりません。It's like a tongue twister, right? Don't worry, because Japanese people mess this sentence up as well. Like people will be like, 試験に合格しなければなりません。Poverty is no effect, so don't worry. What you see on TV, like people delete their mistakes. I'm sure I got rid of a lot of parts where I'm like, nakereba. So don't worry if you can't say it quickly. Nakereba narimasen. Just keep practicing. Nakereba narimasen. Nakereba narimasen, nakereba narimasen, nakereba narimasen. Anyway, I would say that if I must pass the exam, not because I decided, but because it just has to be done. But if I say 試験に合格しなければいけません, that sounds like I have to pass the exam because I have my own reason. For example, I don't want to feel stupid. For my ego. or just so I feel happier. Then I would say なければいけません. Okay, for example, changing diapers. You really have to do it. Like, it's not because you want to touch the poopy, but you just have to. Otherwise, it's cruel and it's also not, humane. So you must change the diapers. Or I must change the diapers. おむつを not my diapers, the babies. Let's say my babies, not like my diapers. 赤ちゃんのおむつを変えなければなりません. We must change babies' diapers. But for example, I have to bake a cake for my kid. That's subjective, right? So it's just super personal. Like, you don't actually have to bake a cake for your kid. It's just your kid asked you to. Then you say ケーキを焼かなければいけません. ケーキを作らなければいけません. Now that you understand the difference, I want to share these cool lines from Attack on Titan. This is not going to spoil anything, don't worry. Season 1, episode 11, Eren says, 成功させなければならない. 俺はならなきゃいけないんだ. みんなの希望に. The scene starts at 13:58 on Crunchyroll, for example. So that's where I watched it. So he's talking about a mission, right? He must make it happen. He must succeed. So he uses なければならない. 成功させる is like to make it happen. It's the causative form of the verb 成功する to succeed. So it's like to make it succeed. 成功させなければ remember させないさせなければならない. And he doesn't say narimasen because he's talking to himself. It's his monologue, so he doesn't have to speak formally. Yeah, you can say 成功させなきゃ, but that tone is a little bit too light. Nakya is very casual, but here it's like life or death. So he's really serious. So させなければならない. And this is objective. Everyone agrees that it has to succeed. And the next line is 俺はならなきゃいけないんだ. I have to become. なる。ならなきゃいけない。んだ explaining. Like he's like convincing himself, right? And then later he says what he has to become. If you're writing an essay, this sentence will get minus. Again, poverty is no effect, so you sometimes end up saying what should have been said in the middle of the sentence, at the end of the sentence, if that makes sense. So grammatically correctly, you say 俺はみんなの希望にならなきゃいけないんだ. But he said みんなの希望に at the end. This can also be a stylistic thing. So if you're writing an essay, this is bad, but if you're writing poems, it's actually nice. For this sentence, he used ikenai, subjective one. Because, I mean, nobody asked him to be the symbol of hope, right? He's just telling himself that he has to. Okay, we've covered almost everything. Just a few things. If you want to say I need to, when you look up the word need in the dictionary, you might get hitsuyou, which means necessary, and you can say verb 必要があります. For example, 毎日勉強する必要があります. That means it's necessary to study every day. But this sounds quite formal, so I wouldn't say 毎日勉強する必要がある when speaking casually. When I did an interview, I used this construction verb 必要があります. It is necessary to, and also you can say noun が必要 to mean this thing is needed, necessary. 人間には水が必要. Humans need water. Anyway, instead of something が必要, we say something がいる or something がいります in this kanji more commonly. So, I need a pen. ペンがいる。ペンがいります instead of ペンが必要. You can say it, but it's good to remember that ペンがいる、ペンがいります are more commonly used. And as I mentioned earlier, if you want to say I need to do something, you can use nakya informally and なければいけません formally. 例えば、8時までには帰らなきゃ I need to go home by 8 o'clock. 8時までには帰らなきゃ formally. 8時までには帰らなければいけません. 8時までには帰らなければいけません. And you can also say なきゃダメ. For example, you can say もう帰らなきゃダメだ. I gotta go home now. もう帰らなきゃダメだ. Remember, 帰らなきゃいけない means it wouldn't go well for me if I don't go home, right? So it will be bad if I don't go home now. 帰らなきゃダメだ. If you add ダメ, it sounds like you're more desperate. And also, you can say なきゃダメだよ to somebody. You have to do something. For example, your friend is working without any rest. You can say 休まなきゃダメだよ. 休まなきゃダメだよ. You gotta rest. Literally, it's not good if you don't rest. When you want to say you need to do something to somebody, it's actually more natural if you add ダメ. 休まなきゃダメだよ. You can also say 休んだ方がいいよ. So the past tense plus 方がいいよ is how we make a suggestion. You should do something. This た方がいいよ is mainly used to give advice or suggestion. So if you want to say I should rest, you'd say 休まなきゃ. I have to rest. We use なきゃ or 休まないと. And you might be thinking, what about べき? 休むべき is also another way to say you should rest. One should rest, right? I have a lesson on this. Please check that out. But べき is usually used when the society expects you to do it, so you feel like you should do it. You can say 日本人はもっと休むべき or 日本の会社員はもっと休むべき. Yeah, Japanese company employees should rest more. Maybe not the Japanese society, but the society outside of Japan would agree. Or you can use べき if you think it's the right thing to do. Or at least in your opinion, that's the correct thing to do. For example, you had an argument with your partner and you want to say, you should talk to them. You can say, 話し合うべきだよ. Okay, that's it for today. I taught you a lot. But basically, when you are speaking informally, casually, you can use nakya. And that's the safest way. So the negative form of the verb, nai, instead of the last E, you put kya. なきゃ、見なきゃ、食べなきゃ、勉強しなきゃ、運動しなきゃ、話さなきゃ、書かなきゃ、起きなきゃ。And I will post some exercise on Patreon, so if you'd like to practice some more Japanese, please consider supporting me on Patreon. You also get to join my Patreon exclusive Discord channel, and I answer your questions regarding the Japanese language or the Japanese culture, or we also just sometimes chat in Japanese, or we also sometimes chat in English about other fun things. So yeah, check out the Patreon page if you're curious. And there are other ways to support me, for example, coffee. A lot of you already have supported me there, and I cannot thank you enough. Thank you. ありがとうございます。Also, I started streaming on Twitch quite regularly, like almost twice a week. So if you wanna come say hi, konnichiwa, then please follow my channel on Twitch. It's free, so alright, thank you so much for watching this long lesson. I hope you learned a lot. じゃあまたね。バイバイ。